Look Great Naked podcast, and today I'm going to bring you through a step-by-step arm workout. Now, this is a little bit different than what I would do if I was only training arms once per week, but I typically follow what we call an upper-lower training split. So I'm training upper body twice already. So what we're doing right now is what we call a gap workout. If there's a particular muscle group or a muscle that you want to be able to focus on a little bit more with an upper or lower type training split, you can have what we call a gap workout where you hit a little bit more joint friendly work to be able to build up those stagnant muscles. So we're going to go step by step directly through an arm workout here. We're going to start with a superset that goes chin up, an incline curl, then we're going to go directly over to a dip with an overhead tricep extension. Then we're going to finish off with one more superset. And going through this, it'll take 35 to 40 minutes, but you will leave with enough mechanical tension in your muscles to trigger growth and, of course, a skin-splitting pump. All right, so if you want to build some big arms, let's do it. The first superset for today is a gnarly one. This is one I was inspired by from Mr. Charles Poliquin, the late and the great. And so what we're going to do here, we're going to actually use a ring chin up. So we have angles 90-90, some handles that give us some free range of motion directly through the wrist, elbow, and shoulder, prevent some injuries, with an incline dumbbell biceps curl. This is a nasty little superset for a couple of reasons. First, when we have the free range of motion and use a closser grip and a longer eccentric, so we can use some tempo here on the chin up, we put a ton of time under tension with our biceps and to a lesser extent the lats based on how we're focusing here. When we start with a heavy compound exercise, especially with tempo, like a chin up, which you'll see shortly, we can activate more high threshold motor units, build that base of strength, and that's going to actually help us fatigue more muscle fibers when we get going. So on that first superset, it's going to be a chin up for 8 reps with a 5-second eccentric, so lowering your body in 5 seconds. Immediately after that, we're going to jump over and do an incline dumbbell biceps curl. This is one of my favorite exercises. What this does is trains the long head of the biceps to give you that biceps peak. And so what we're going to do, you got to keep your head and your back flat against the incline bench, and as you go, get a full stretch all the way through your biceps and then a hard contraction. The important thing to think about when you're doing an incline dumbbell biceps curl, you're not trying to chase heavy weight here. Instead, you want to maximize the stretch all the way through the bicep on the way down and really, again, control that tempo for a 5-second negative. A lot of people make the mistake when they're training arms of just chasing reps or chasing heavier weight. What we're really focused on is maximizing the contraction within that muscle, and that is how we grow. Ready? Let's go. Fun fact, did you know your triceps make up about 75% of the girth in your arm? See, a lot of people go through and they just train their biceps when they focus on an arm day. Reality is you gotta put as much, if not more attention directly on your triceps. So this next superset is gonna be a weighted dip with a 5-second negative. Again, when we focus on that eccentric tension, that's gonna put a lot more mechanical stress directly on the muscle itself. And even if we do fewer reps, what we have to consider is the amount of volume we do is really the amount of time it takes a rep times the number of reps. So if you do 10 reps that are really fast and it only takes you 20 seconds, it's not really increasing your volume much versus if you did 8 reps but you took 4 seconds per rep, 32 seconds versus 20, right? So in that case, 8 reps would actually be more volume than 10 reps. So just something to think about, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna do sets of 8 on the dip, the 5-second negative. So a lot of time under tension. We're gonna superset that directly with an overhead cable triceps extension to really hammer that long head of the triceps, right? So check out what this superset looks like. Pay close attention to both the stretch I get when we're talking about the overhead extension and the tempo, specifically on the dip. All right, so for weight on these, we're just hitting straight sets with a 60-pound kettlebell. A little terrified. I did this once, and the clip slipped and nearly fucking ripped my nuts off. Didn't happen though, got kids.
If
you want to lose fat and build muscle, the number one thing you need to do, join our Look Great Naked protocol. Head to the link below, book your transformation call, and hit subscribe. Now for this final superset that we have today, we're going to use a wide grip cable curl. So if you paid attention to the exercise selection so far, when we hit the biceps, what do? We use more of a narrow grip. We use an incline. Our elbows are drifted behind our body, which hits the long head, that bicep peak. So now with a wider grip, and as you'll see, we're using fat grips, we're going to challenge our forearms, and we're going to challenge the short head of the biceps as well. So we're hitting different areas of the bicep by changing our exercise selection. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Again, a 3 to 4 second eccentric, so we maximize the tension that is on your muscles at all time. Now to superset this, what we're going to do, well, we hit the long head of the tricep, we hit every head of the tricep doing dips. Now we're going to hit the press down and really make sure that the shoulders stay back and the movement comes directly through the elbow with flexing through the tricep. So each exercise is going to be 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, a 3 to 4 second eccentric, then we're going to hold that peak contraction on every single rep. Remember, it is absolutely crucial when you're training arms that you focus on the quality of the muscular contraction. Don't just chase weight, don't just chase reps. Before you go any further, make sure that you hit subscribe on the bottom of this video and drop a comment. Let me know what questions you have based on this specific workout. What would you change? What would you add? And what's confusing? Let me know and I'll give you that feedback. And most importantly, if you want to get a step-by-step process to look great naked without living in the gym, head to the description box below, click on bachperformance.com/call, and you and I will come up with a special strategy to help you look great naked without living in the gym. Let's do it.